I'm Amy Shannon of Amy's Bookshelf Reviews, and this is the featured YouTube video review. And I've reviewed the book Only the Dead Know the End of War by Jan Notzon. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it right. Anyways, I really enjoyed this book. What I liked about it the best was it taught me a lot of things that I didn't know, especially when Texas was a republic and Mexican was a republic, and there was a war going on, and the United States, such as it was trying to expand, by buying territories and things that made up states, including Texas. Texas was its own for a while and combined with Mexico as well. Texas is so as big as it could be its own country if it needed to be, but it's part of the United States now, as everyone knows. So the first thing, this is the book, Only the Dead Know the End of War, and I think the title was it's very true when you think about it. It could probably fit any war. I'm just going to read a little bit about the book itself, and then I'll tell you about my review. I'm just reading the back cover. Excuse me for the glares. The 19th century saw births, the very painful birth of both the Mexico and Texas Republic. The origin of the two came at a price of treasure of blood spilled, losses suffered, and dreams crushed. In the case of the former, it also entailed deceit. Subterfuge, I always have a problem saying that word. In the case of the former, it also entailed deceit, subterfuge, and a woeful amount of treachery. In the case of the latter, it involved a sanguinary war and summary mass execution by the powerful Mexican execution. And that's as far as I'll read the back of the cover. You may want to read it. It's actually a very interesting book. I gave it 5 stars. If I could have given it higher, I would, but it's 5 stars. And I'll read a portion of, I'll pretty much read my entire review. The author deserves that much for me. I wish I could do more. All I can do is read and share my opinions about this book. I gave it 5 stars, a magnificent read. What a powerful and realistic story. In Only the Dead Know the End of War by Jan Notzon. This is the second book of this author that I've read, and I've just become a fan. I want to read more from this author. The characters were historically correct and very real and full of depth. This is a time and place that many might not know about in this book, though it was a story, it taught me a lot. I love it for when I can read something that I am enjoying and also learn from it. It's a 2-for-1 for me. Anyway, the story brings the reader back to the early 19th century, when Mexico and Texas both had republics and seemed to be fighting for separation as well as survival, not just for their lives, but their own culture, and against a system that could make or break the expansion of the United States such that it was. It was both heartbreaking and emotionally charged story with perspectives on all sides of the power and the entrance of a brutal war. This book deserves a second read and maybe more. It's a very well-written plot, and I enjoyed it, and it's one of those embraceable stories and definitely unputdownable, excuse me. I read the book as slow as I could, and then I went back to my notes, and on the page I marked, it had spoke to me. So here's something I feel shows one of the layers of the story, and I'm quoting this from the book. Of course, we did it in our own interest, but in doing so, we created wealth that has been invested and spawned other concerns that likewise have provided employment and hope to so many, even those who perennially exclude from such opportunities. And now, just because of the accident of our birth and simple envy, the country will destroy such promise. Masterfully written, Only the Dead Know the End of the War is a definite recommendation by Amy's Bookshelf Reviews. I look forward to reading many more books by this author. And that is that is true, and it's a wonderful book, and I recommend that you read it. And I love that I have it in paperback. You know, something you can hold on to, and this will stay on my bookshelf for as long as I have a bookshelf. This has been Amy's Bookshelf Reviews. I'm Amy Shannon. Please be safe and be well. Thank you.